Welcome back to Bold Life&Leather. Live life boldly with no fear or regrets. Today, my fellow leatherheads and my fellow fragrance aficionados and enthusiasts, we are going to talk about something that you don't want to talk about. And that's fragrance addiction. What is it? Is it real? What does it mean? Are you addicted or not? Is it a hobby? Is it more than that? All that. Okay, and I'll tell you exactly what it is and how to tackle it if you have it. Okay, and how to avoid it if you don't have it. So, as always, I always look out for you. I always give honest reviews. I look out for you so you know exactly, like I always say, where to spend your hard-earned money. And from that sense of well-being, also I look out for your psychological well-being, financial well-being, everything. So you lead a happy life. Like I always say, in my channel, live life boldly with no fear or regrets, because that's the only way to enjoy life. You know, if you don't have any fear or regrets, and then you're truly happy, and then you enjoy life as it is intended to be enjoyed. Okay, because the essence of life and the meaning of life lies in your action. Life is like people always say, what's the meaning of life? What's the meaning of life? Life is a bunch of actions. Okay, so what you do in your life defines your life. Okay, and the meaning you give your life is all in your hands. Okay, but the goal is to enjoy your life, because you live once and life is short, so you got to live it happily and be healthy. And I always say, like I always end my reviews, stay healthy, stay happy, and be grateful that you're alive. So from that aspect, I decided to tackle an important subject today, which is fragrance addiction. What it is, and is it real, and all different aspects. So for example, have you ever bought a fragrance where you found yourself, you just wear it once, okay, like any fragrance, you buy it, okay, you wear it once, and then you just want more and more? Or on the other hand, have you ever bought a fragrance, you wear it once and you just put it away, you never wear it again, you're like, I don't want it, but still you buy more? Okay, like if what started as one bottle in search of your signature scent, if it turns into a big collection, okay, and you're seeking thrill in that, thrill seeking, then you're on the path of a fork in the road. Okay, either you go left to the fragrance addiction, or you go right where it's just a hobby and a creative, you enjoy, it's like a creative side of you where you enjoy art, because fragrance in essence is art. This is olfactory art. The notes are composed by the perfumer, okay, where you basically enjoy this form of art. But then again, you need to understand that a lot of people talk about addiction. Fragrance addiction, in the clinical definition, there's no clinical definition for fragrance addiction. Okay, fragrance addiction is more of a behavioral addiction, where your compulsive buying, okay, is rewarded by sensory stimulus. Okay, you start buying compulsively, and you're like, you seek, like you're on the hunt for that thrill. Each new bottle promises a new different adventure. So you start compulsively buying to be rewarded by the sensory, by by the sensory stimulus. And the funny thing about fragrance is the only sense that is heavily related to memories. Like it's the olfactory bulb and the memories in your brain are like so intertwined, and scientists still cannot explain why the sense of smell is so heavily connected to your memories. Okay, which makes it a very rewarding stimulus, and you can easily get addicted to it. That's where I'm going with this. Okay. Sage le temps. Queer moresque. Moorish-led. But again, the good news, it's not a clinical condition. It's a behavioral addiction. Okay. It's a behavioral addiction where your behavior, it leads to compulsive buying, and is rewarded by like this sensory stimulus. Of course, see if it leads, if any behavior, okay, like from a clinical point of view, if any behavior, let's say, disrupts your daily life or influences your daily life in a negative way, then it becomes an addiction. It becomes a behavioral addiction. So for example, you spend hours online reading about reviews of fragrances and notes and type of notes, and this release and that release, and this one is better than this one. So your whole time is consumed with that activity. Okay, and you ignore other essential activities in your daily life. When you ignore that and it affects your activities, and this activity becomes the primary activity that consumes your time, okay, then it becomes a behavioral addiction. And what makes it even worse is that if you start spending more and more money on it, and it affects you financially in a negative way and becomes a source of stress, then it is definitely an addiction. Okay, and you need to address that, and the first step to tackle any addiction is to acknowledge it, is to say, yes, I have this addiction. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. The first step to any treatment is for the patient to say that, yes, I am sick. If the patient says, no, I'm not sick, then I'm not going to the doctor, then I'm not going to get a prescription, etc. But again, this is not a clinical addiction, but the most important thing is for you to acknowledge that you have a problem. Let's say it's a problem, okay? And it affects your daily life, it affects your finances, it affects your family relations. Instead of spending time with your kids, you spend time online reading reviews or buying different fragrances and trying this one and that one, and maybe this one is more animalic. And when you see that you have a collection that spirals out of control and it becomes large, okay, and when you see that you don't, like, you yourself cannot even control it, then it's definitely a problem, and you need to address it. And I'll tell you exactly how to tackle this problem and to turn it from an addiction into a nice creative hobby where you enjoy a form of art. Okay. Again, let's say if, like, I have a large collection in front of me here, and I'll give you an example why I have it there. And it's I just want to give an example. If you just focus on one thing, how easier for you it would be than just like, for example, like, I'm all about leather. So if you focus on one note, for example, in perfumery, it will be much easier for you to enjoy that, instead of just saying, oh, I like I'm all about designer fragrances. I like the citrus ones, I like the woody ones, the chypre ones, the whole family, the oriental ones, like, then you're swimming in the sea of endless possibilities. Okay, and you have to understand one thing. Even in the realm of a very focused, singular note, for example, leather, as I love leather, even in leather, okay, you can never find the perfect fragrance. It's an illusion. Okay, so if you keep looking for the perfect fragrance, it's a race that cannot be won. Okay, you can't win that race because it's an illusion. There's always gonna be something different or something new. Oh, I like this one. It's very animalic. Okay, and then something new comes up, and so it's just better to focus on quality instead of quantity in your collection. Okay, so again, like fragrances, like why fragrance addiction happens. Okay, because fragrances, like I said, they're heavily connected to the memories in our brain. It's unbelievable. Like it's the only sensory stimulus. It's the only sense that's heavily connected to memories. Okay, and like scientists, they're still explaining that, and it's unbelievable how the olfactory bulb and all that. But again, fragrances, they evoke emotions. That's why it's easy to slip into a fragrance addiction, because they evoke emotions easily, just like that. You remember that your graduation, or your first luxury car, or the leather seats, or all the associations that comes with a nice fragrance, or you were in a romantic getaway, or whatever, So this connection, this memory, this emotional connection, is very easy with fragrances. That's why it's easy to fall into the fragrance addiction. Okay, and also from a collector's point of view, you're always on the hunt for the thrill. Okay, it's like the thrill of the hunt. There's the limited edition, I want to get it. This one, for example, is discontinued. I still wanna buy this one. Like this one, for example, Equity Parma leather is discontinued, and I kept hunting for it for months. Okay, I bought this is 180 milliliters. I got 4 of these. Even though this 180 probably would last me more than a year. Okay, but I kept looking and hunting for more because it's just discontinued. So it creates for you that thrill of the hunt. Okay, or if it's a limited edition or things like that, and that what makes it easy to fall into fragrance addiction. Of course, there are some positive sides if with fragrances being not an addiction but as a hobby. Okay, it's a creative outlet. You appreciate art. This is art form. You're supporting this art form, and it's underrated art form, especially like niche leather fragrances, for example, or any of fragrances. But I mean, like in the niche realm, for example, like Laurent Mazzoni here, hard leather. Okay, so you're supporting an art form. You're you're creating a collection that reflects your personality and style. Okay, and complements even your whole personality. It's like it's part of your not only your outfit. It's part of your personality becomes. Okay, like I'm more into dark leather fragrances, serious fragrances. It becomes part of your personality and who you are. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Just appreciate art, So there is absolutely nothing wrong with that if it's a hobby, if it's not an addiction, if it's a hobby, a creative hobby, which you enjoy and which doesn't disrupt your daily activities, like we said before, okay? But again, it can be expensive. Fragrances can be very expensive, like this one, for example. This is another one from Laurent Mazzoni. This one was for 320 euros. Lost Paradise Extreme Oud. This one actually was released 2 weeks ago. This is their premium Extreme Oud edition. 320 euros. Extrait de parfum. Or for example, let me just reach here. Or for example, something like this. Memo Paris African Leather. This is the 200 ml bottle, which retails for 410 euros. Okay, 410 euros. Okay. Spicy cardamom. But again, it can be getting very expensive. So you gotta take that into consideration. It also can cause you decision fatigue. Like if you have a large collection, basically you spend a lot of time. Like if you have, I have a very large collection of over 100 fragrances. All of them are leather. But if you spend a lot of time thinking which one should I wear today, or you have a social function, okay, and you just spend a lot of time, should I wear this one, should I wear that one, it can give you some it'd be a source of stress also. Like for someone who, like, imagine if you only had like 2 fragrances, okay, you wouldn't spend any time at all choosing which one you're gonna wear tonight. So the time and the stress of choosing also can be a factor, so you need to take that into consideration. Okay. Of course, shelf space and all that, that's another topic. But exactly, I'll tell you exactly how to tackle fragrance addiction if you do have one, because nobody can tell you. I cannot tell you, and nobody can tell you if you do, except you yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself and look in the mirror and think: is this a hobby? Or is this an addiction? Does it disrupt my daily life? Does it take away from the time I should be spending with my kids, or doing my homework, or doing work, or doing research? Or like your daily life, you have priorities, right? So if it takes from that and it consumes more time where you start ignoring these priorities, then it's definitely an addiction. And if it becomes a source of stress instead of joy, then it's definitely an addiction. Okay, you're stressful. You're like, oh, I need to get paid this month so I can buy this new edition. It drops right away at the end of the month. I gotta buy it before it becomes unavailable and all that. And there's a limited edition, and it becomes like a marathon. You're just running to get the new one and the thrill of the hunt. It becomes a cycle. You cannot break free. Then it's definitely an addiction. Okay, and how can you control that? First of all, you need to understand that it's all about quality and not quantity. Okay, you can have a very large collection, okay, but a few of them are actually high quality fragrances. Okay, why do I like niche fragrances? Niche fragrances, they use high quality ingredients. High quality ingredients give you a better scent profile. They give you a better performance. They better projection, better sillage, better longevity, whether it's on your skin or on your clothes. Okay, so all these factors, they come with niche, because the emphasis there is on high quality ingredients and of course bold compositions that are not mass appealing. Okay, so it makes you stand out. And since fragrances, to me personally, are part of your own personality, it's better to have something that is not mass appealing. Okay, if you smell like everybody else down the streets, then what's the point? Then you have no personality, and it ends up it defeats the whole purpose of having a unique personality. Okay, that's why I always go for niche. But then again, there's a few designers that also give some nice offerings. But for me personally, my advice to you is just go into niche. Okay, that's the first advice, because niche will give you longer, a better performance and higher quality. Always focus on quality instead of quantity. You might think that if you have 50 fragrances, okay, it's better than having 10 high quality ones. No, it's actually the opposite. If you have 50, trust me, you'll end up using maybe 5 or 10 of them in your daily rotations. Okay, because you pick the high quality ones that has that beautiful scent profile, that good performance. What's the point of having a fragrance, wearing it, and then it fades right away. If it doesn't have performance, okay, it defeats the whole purpose. you know, it defeats the whole purpose. So honestly, go for niche. And Montal is not niche. This is Mickey Mouse stuff. But anyhow, go for niche. Focus on quality and not quantity. Then you'll definitely doing something meaningful. You're focusing on quality. You're not just collecting for the sake of collecting. Okay, just more and more and more. Because that's stupid. You're just collecting to have a large collection. Say, oh, I have 100 bottles. I have 200 bottles. It's not a pissing contest. Nobody cares how many bottles you have. It's better to have a few bottles that are high quality, that smell great, perform, project, have the beautiful sillage, great performers, than all these mediocre ones. Okay. So again, from that point, from this aspect, if you do already have a large collection and you are addicted to fragrances, you need to declutter. Okay, and I don't care, you can sell them or give them away, it doesn't matter. Just declutter your collection. Say, okay, I'm gonna focus on quality. Okay, which of these are the best performers? These perform better than those ones. Put them apart and get rid of the ones that are not good performers. Okay, because again, it defeats its own purpose, the whole purpose of having a fragrance if it doesn't perform. All right. So focus on quality and declutter your collection. Once you declutter your collection, okay, you will end up with a few items or a few bottles that are have high quality and are great performers. And then you can really focus on them and enjoy them. Because if you're addicted to fragrances, I'm pretty sure you have endless bottles in your collection that you probably even forgot how they smell like. Okay, and it happened to me many times. Like I would reach, and then I would see like, oh, I actually forgot I have this one or that one. I would reach it to the back, for example. I'd be like, oh, this is Guerlain Curating. So I actually forgot that I have it. Because you have such a large collection. You start ignoring the ones that you have. So you need to rediscover your love for them and why you bought them in the first place. Okay, so declutter, focus on quality instead of quantity. Okay, if you prioritize quality over quantity, you will invest in the fragrances that you truly love. Okay, wear fragrances that you truly love, not that you're like, yeah, I like that one. No. If you wear a fragrance, you gotta love it. If you don't love it, give it away or sell it. I don't care. Get rid of it. Get rid of it right away. Okay? If you like it, or if you grab it, for example, I don't know, Tom Ford. You grab this one and you're like, Amber leather parfum. I like it, it's floral leather, but it's not a bold leather. If that's your impression, throw it out. Give it away, sell it, give it to charity. I don't care. Just get rid of it from your collection. If it doesn't capture your heart, and you're like, I love it. This is it. This is the floral leather that I've been looking for. It captures my heart. It brings joy to me. Okay. If I'm sad and I spray this, I become happy. That's what the signature scent should do for you. Like I always said, your signature scent, if you're sad and you spray it on, it should make you happy. If your signature scent doesn't do that for you, then you haven't found it, okay? And you need to focus again on quality. So if this one doesn't do that for you, and you're like, no, it's all right. No, just throw it out. You have to love it. If you love it, then keep it in your collection. If you just like it, you're just lukewarm, towards it, nah, just get rid of it. Because only wear what you love, and wear it proudly, with pride. Okay. Do everything in life with pride. That's my philosophy in life. Whatever you do it with pride. Then you're on the right path to greatness. But I personally love this one. Okay, it's a floral leather created by Sonia Constant. and you can tell that feminine touches in it, And again, like we said, another tactic is to layer fragrances, okay? And a lot of let me just by the bells of the church tolls, I love the sound of the church bell tolls. I hope you can hear it. I opened the window especially for that. I love it. But another technique to tackle your fragrance addiction. You have a large collection, right? Instead of buying new ones, rediscover the ones that you love after you decluttered, right? Let's say you decluttered half of it, okay? What you can do is rediscover your love by layering. And a lot of people will tell you, oh, no, you're not supposed to layer fragrances. No, you are actually supposed to layer fragrances. And I'll prove to you exactly why. I prove to you exactly why. When Tom Ford released the Private Blend in 2007, okay, the Private Blend revolutionized the fragrance industry forever because it was the first designer fragrance with high quality niche level ingredients. Okay, also it was the first unisex. After that, everybody started doing unisex. But this was the first designer fragrance, okay, with niche level quality. Very high quality ingredients, very bold, uncommon compositions like Tuscan leather, tobacco vanille, oud wood, okay, that set the standards and the bar very high for the fragrance industry. So after it, everybody started to copy Tom Ford and release their own high end. Like Armani did the Armani Privé, which also means private. Okay, you got the Chanel Exclusive line. You got the Dior's Maison Christian Dior. Also, they all started doing their all high end lines. So this was the first designer fragrance that has niche quality to it. Okay, when this Private Blend was released in 2007. Tom Ford specifically said that all of them are meant to be layered with each other. So, for example, you can layer Tuscan leather with tobacco vanille, or with the oud wood, or with anything. Okay, so this shows you that fragrances can be layered. Okay, so what you can do is you can layer your fragrances. Okay, you can layer your fragrances. Then you will rediscover new aspects, okay? Totally new aspects. And it will bring you new joy and new experience from bottles that you already have. So there's no need to buy more, okay? You can get a new experience. You can go on a new journey because each bottle, each fragrance takes you on a journey. Each bottle takes you on a new journey, okay? So by layering, you go on a new journey by using stuff you already have. You layer these two, for example. Cuir Mauresque by Sage Luton. This one has a civet in it, so it's a bit animalic, medicinal leather. Where Tom Ford lacks the animalic side. Okay, even though in the description it says it's animalic, but it's not. Okay, so when you layer these two, you go into a new trip, a new journey. Okay, and that will give you a new journey, a new thrill, without actually spending money and buying new fragrances. So layer what you already have, and you'll be amazed what beautiful combinations you would discover. Okay, and by the way, since we talked about memories and how deeply the sense of smell is connected to memories, to give you an example of that is. The sense of smell is connected to memory so much that a French niche brand, okay, is based on that. The name is based on that, on memory. Memo Paris, okay, Memo Paris. Memo here comes from memories, okay. The memo comes from memories. It shows you how everybody knows how fragrances take you to and even to memories, okay? And even with each fragrance, they send you a postcard and they take you on a journey, and like they, it's pretty nice presentation. But like no other sense, is connected to memory like the sense of smell. All right. So again, finding balance is key. Finding balance is definitely the key to ensuring that fragrances remain a source of joy and not a source of stress for you. Because if they're a source of stress for you, they're definitely an addiction. But if they're a source of joy, then it's a beautiful hobby, and you need to set boundaries and create. You need to create and set boundaries that focus on quality over quantity, so you can continue to enjoy your passion for this beautiful art form. Okay. And when you use these tactics, you will definitely overcome the fragrance addiction and turn it from a negative into a positive. Okay. And again, my last recommendation would be, just like I said, is focus on quality rather than quantity. Focus also on a specific note. I'm focused, for example, on leather. All right. Try to focus on a specific note. You like, for example, woody accords. Focus on that. Or you like chypre, where you have the woody contrasting with the citrus top, the woody base, with the patchouli and the labdanum. Like, focus on something specific. Then you would really shine. You would really appreciate what you already have. Okay. If you just go and yeah, I want to enjoy all types of fragrances, then it's again, it's gonna be hard to focus on quality rather than quantity. Okay. Try to find the notes that you really enjoy and focus on them. Okay. And then your journey would be much more meaningful and much more exciting, instead of just drifting left and right and never knowing, should I go with this one? Should I go with that one? This one makes sense. That one makes sense. I'll give you an example. For example, let's say that you decided to focus on leather. And that's why I brought all these examples over there, to show you how short your journey will be. But bear in mind, I have chosen these, let's see, how much, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18 fragrances. I chose these 18 from my larger collection just to show you, if you focus on one note or on one accord, how beautiful and easier your journey and shorter it will be. Okay? So let's, for example, say you decided to focus on leather. The leather accord, right? The first thing is you read about the leather accord. You understand that, leather actually is the leather accord is a fantasy accord, because you cannot extract anything naturally from leather. You can't like steam distill it or squeeze it and get oil from it. So leather accord actually is what a perfumer imagines what leather smells like, and then they recreate the smell of leathers. Why I personally love leather accord? They're the most masculine, they're the most mysterious, and they're the most the longest lasting accords of all accords in the fragrance family, because a leather accord is almost always made from base notes, always, and base notes are the longest lasting. All right. And not only that, the base notes that are used to make leather accords are usually animalic, which are also the longest lasting, and they give it the character and the depth, and that, because niche perfume, the animalic notes are the heartbeat of niche perfumery. Okay, I can't get enough of it. But again, let's just say you decided you love leather accords, so your journey will be to go and see what you like in a leather accord. And let's say you still don't know what you like, so you started, for example, with designer stuff. So you go and start, for example, with the Tom Ford Ombre Leather Parfum. You like it, you try it, it's leathery, floral, has that feminine touches from Sonia Constant, the one who made it. Then you say, okay, let me try the OG. Okay, you go and you try the OG, and then you're like, okay, this is the original one, the EDP 2018 release. Yeah, it's a bit it's more sweeter than the Parfum. It's nice, I like it. You read about her, for example, Sonia Constant. Okay, what else did she make? Oh, she made something called Cuir, which also means leather, from Carno, Barcelona. You try it, yeah, okay. It has some smoky aspects to it. Very nice, smoky vetiver, very woody like the cap. You keep going. You're like, okay, I need something sexy, and powdery. Let's try something with some iris in it. You try Valentino, warm intense. Oh yeah, very sexy with the iris, sexy leather, pretty nice. Still in the designer realm. Okay, what else we have like iris? Violet. Okay, let's try some violet leaf. So you go to Yves Saint Laurent, Cuir. This is their the private line they have. Cuir leather. Okay. Oh yeah, they have violet leaf, oud, also very nice. Okay, so you're moving forward. Then you decide that you need something more leathery. Okay, you decided that you had enough with the design, like with the sexy florals and all that. You need something more leathery, so you go to Guerlain Cuir Intense, or Cuir Intense in French, intense leather. Okay, it has the osmanthus there, which already has that apricot-like nuances, leathery nuances, also very nice. Very, this is one of the most realistic or photorealistic interpretations of leather. Very nice. Keep going further. Then you decide you want something smoky, maybe also niche, so you go into Acqua di Parma leather. Acqua di Parma leather is extremely smoky, and it had that niche quality to it. Italian citrus also in it. It has the primal and dark and brooding leathers, that brooding leather aura. Very dark, very smoky, very primal. You discover you like that. You want something also like that, and more masculine. So you go to Gucci Guilty Absolute. This is like a petrol leather, industrial leather. Smells like gasoline. Very masculine, vetiver heavy. Made by Alberto Marias, the one of the most prolific master perfumers. You're like, yes, this is alpha. This is definitely alpha. Okay. You keep going. You're like, this is dark. Let's go into the dark side, smoky dark, animalic side, because they're all on the dark side. You go to Montal Cuir d'Arabie, Arabian leather. Yeah, you start to try it. Oh yeah, I like animalics. You try it like this. It has a bit of animalics in it. Yeah, you like it. You start to appreciate, your nose matures. You start to appreciate animalic notes. Okay, you're like, I want more. So you go into niche. But before niche, let's go into. Then, for example, you have a wedding to go to or a social function, and you're like, I want the most elegant and classy leather there is. And of course, look further than your own parfum. The most classy, elegant leather with that iris and the Russian leather accord. Oh my God. The Russian leather accord, that's the smoky birch tar accord. This is so powdery and elegant with the iris. This is a niche fragrance disguised as a designer one. And unfortunately, Francis Christian, the new announced perfumer at Dior, butchered this beautiful perfection made by François Dimaschi. And for the 2025 release, he decided to remove the leather accord from it, even though this is the leather fragrance. So RIP, but luckily I stacked up on this one. But again, what a stupid decision. Like, this is the leather fragrance. It already has iris in it. He removed the leather accord and he doubled the iris. Like, how it defeats the whole purpose. It already has iris in it. And it's a leather fragrance. Why would you remove the leather accord? But again, you can see how I love leathers, so I can talk a lot about leathers. But anyhow, you tried that one. You're like, yeah, this is designer fragrance. This is niche fragrance disguised as a designer one. Very classy, very elegant. Let's keep going forward. You know, your nose also maturing. You decided to try also something niche, Memo Paris. You try it. You're like, yeah, oh, very spicy, warm spicy cardamom. Very warm spicy. However, this lacks a leather accord. The leather accord in it is almost non-existent. Okay, I love it. I mean, I spent 410 euros on it. I got the big bottle, 200 ml, but the leather accord in it is extremely shy and is hidden deep down below. Okay, so this is basically a warm spicy fragrance, but it's a really good fragrance. Okay, so you're starting going to that direction. So again, you're like, yeah, leathers, and then you try to go into the niche. After, you know, like you tried these niches and you're like, yeah, Memo Paris, Acqua di Parma, so good. I want animalics, I want darkness. Then you understand that you would like high quality, because also Memo Paris is very high quality, very long lasting. And what speaks better high quality than, of course, like we said, the king of leathers, Tuscan leather. This is the most copied leather fragrance in the world. It's copied by Acqua di Parma leather. It's copied by Parfum de Marly Dolphin. It's copied by all the major brands. Okay, it has the raspberry on top. Everybody started putting raspberry on top. So you try also this one. You love it. Niche quality. Then you understand that you like niche better. It's all about the high quality ingredients, and you go into the something with high quality, something that puts the emphasis on the ingredients, like Falcon leather from Matière Première. Falcon leather, Matière Première actually means raw materials in French. Aurélien Guichac rated this one, and you're like, yes, this is a pure Russian leather accord, because this is all about the smoky birch tar. You'll love it. With that, it has that benzoin that gives you the soft suede velvety texture. It has that labdanum that gives you the full grain texture. It gives you both sides of leather, okay? And the smokiness from the birch tar and the oud, you love it, okay? So now you're definitely into niche. You're going deeper into niche. You're like, I want niche. I want niche. It's a tall bottle. And then you go into Serge Lutin, Cuir Moresque, Moorish leather. This is the also essence of niche. Animalic, medicinal. This is a very medicinal leather. You just you decide that you love niche. And this is I just can't. I cannot not spray. Very medicinal animalic leather. Okay. So now your nose graduated. Okay, you graduated, and now you appreciate animalic leathers and niche quality. And you're like, okay, what else is there? I need animalics. So you go into Nichané Africa Oliphant. Nichané Africa Oliphant, this has civet, castoreum. It has musk. It has synthetic civet. All the good stuff it has in here. Okay, so you graduated to real animalics. You love it, but you still feel that it's a bit tame. The animalics in this one are, they're not wild. Okay? They're not wild. They're they're not wild. They're tame. You know, they're how should I put it? Animalics should be not restrained. You know, animalic notes should come with a roar. Okay, the animalics in this one are a bit restrained. They're not wild. Okay, they're tamed. So you're like, okay, what else is there? Your nose graduated, and now you reach the top. You reach the top, and then you discover the gem of all leather fragrances, and the most animalic one of them, which is Hard Leather by Laurent Mazzoni. This is the crown jewel of all leather fragrances. Okay? You see? So, this one again. This is niche in its essence. Animalic leather accord. This one gives you all the aspects of leather, from the classy iris. It has sandalwood, cedarwood, animalic accord, animalic honey. It has everything you ever dreamt of in a leather fragrance. Okay. So you see how your journey will be shorter if you just focus on one accord or on one note. Okay. So that's why I wanted to give you this example. And again, please don't make the mistake of blind buying. Okay. Like, I cannot highly praise this one enough from Laurent Massoni, but I blind bought don't fall. I blind bought this one, Lost Paradise Extreme Wood, and unfortunately I find it to be too the jasmine in it kind of overcomes the animalic base and the leather in it, you know. So, and it was expensive, 320 euros. So don't blind buy anything. Always test, always sample, never blind buy. But again, I can't even test this one because we don't even have it in Denmark. But the point is, don't blind buy, otherwise you'll regret your choices. So don't blind buy, focus on quality and follow all the steps we mentioned before. Then you should be able to enjoy fragrances as they're meant to be, as an art form instead of an addiction. I hope I answered all the aspects in this video. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And enjoy your fragrances and live life boldly with no fear or regrets. And stay healthy and happy, and always be grateful that you're alive, and enjoy your life with this beautiful art form. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.